Hey guys, what is up? So I watched Selena Gomez's documentary, My Mind and Me. It's on Apple TV. And let me tell you, we are going to go through this and I'm going to talk about everything. And I do want to put up a disclaimer that Selena is talking about her mental health here. So there are a lot of heavy topics, depressing topics when it comes to this documentary. So with that being said, let's get right into the video. So the documentary starts off 2019 in Paris. Selena is on Raquel's lap. Raquel is Selena's friend slash assistant slash I do a lot of things for Selena because I see her in the whole Selena Gomez and chef thing, so I'm sure she just does a lot for Selena. Raquel is asking Selena if she wants to take her morning meds, and Raquel is like, I know the answer, but you should probably take it. And this clip illustrates the whole entire documentary because it quickly jumps to then 2016 during Selena's revival tour. And I was like, oh, okay, so this was just a little clip of what's to come. So now we jump to 2016, Selena's revival tour, and it cuts to her just being so negative about herself, really negative about her body. She's about to go on tour and she's not happy with her outfit. She's not happy with her body. She's like, I look like a little boy, you know? She's just very negative self-talk right now. And she wasn't happy when she went on stage during the rehearsals. She was crying. What I also thought was interesting that Selena was asking, do I have to sing that song with Justin? She didn't want to have to sing a song with someone else just so people could respect her music. You know what I mean? She was so tired of always having to associate herself with another artist in order to make it. She wants to make it on her own, which is understandable. Selena was also afraid to upset John, who's the chairman of A&M Records. He signed Selena because Selena has in her head that people are just gonna think, or John's gonna think she's just this Disney kid and people only like her because of Disney, not because of her songs, her talent, her becoming an artist. John walks in the room and he was like, no, I loved it. I was bopping with my kids during your rehearsal. And Selena still just has it in her head, this like negative self-talk that I am not good enough. And then the people around her, they're just like, Selena, anything you want, we can do, we can change. If you're not happy with your outfit, we'll get you a new outfit. If you want to do the concert on the goddamn ground, you can do the concert on the ground, you know? And it was very clear that she was just in her head. So now we go to the first night Selena is on tour. Because of her lupus, she's making sure she doesn't have a high blood pressure because if she did have a high blood pressure, there's a possibility that she can have a stroke. The first night of her tour, everyone is so proud of her. They're cheering her on. Her managers are there. And then you also start to see Selena getting overwhelmed. She's complaining about, you know, in some of these concerts, you know, she's being dragged on the floor. She's saying, you know, the clothes, it's too much to change in. And then you just see this black and white screen and you're like, oh, okay, black and white equals depression. Got it. You know, you start to see her being super overwhelmed and then it's announced that after 55 performances, she has canceled her tour. And I was like, what the fuck? Like 55 performances? Of course she's fucking overwhelmed. Like, what? And then you have Teresa, her former assistant, sharing with us that when she had a conversation with Selena around that time, Selena was telling her how she just didn't want to be alive anymore. And then you had Raquel, who also had a conversation with Selena, and Selena was telling her, I wish that you can feel like what it feels to be in my head right now. Raquel shares with us that Selena told her that she was hearing voices in her head, it kept getting louder and louder, and that she had a psychotic break. Unfortunately for Mandy, Selena's mother, she had to hear about this from TMZ. Mandy was very scared for her daughter, and Selena was not talking to Mandy at the time. And this wasn't really shocking to me that Selena wasn't talking to her mother because I remember there was an interview. If I can find it, I will place it right here.
Now, obviously at our network, we love Selena.
Yeah.
How's she doing? Are she and Bieber, are they together? Are they not a thing anymore?
You would know before I do. No, I don't.
After Mandy sharing that her daughter, Selena, was going through all this, she was scared as a parent that she would go to sleep one night and wake up the next morning and fear that her daughter was no longer here. There becomes like this montage of news reporters, you know, talking about her kidney transplant in 2017. And then the documentary moves on to 2019, which I thought was very interesting because you had 2017 when she had that kidney transplant, And I thought maybe the reason why they didn't want to discuss the kidney transplant is because they have already done that before. I don't know. But then it was weird how they just jumped over 2018. Anyways, we were in 2019 and Selena finds out that she has a diagnosis of bipolar disorder. Selena shares with us that she absolutely did not want to go to a mental hospital. She actually went to 3 mental hospitals, but she felt like she had to go because she didn't want to be trapped in her mind anymore. Selena reflects on how mean she was to her mom and her stepdad. She pushed them away and she's so apologetic and she feels so thankful that they haven't given up on her. They go into conversations about Selena's childhood, how Mandy had Selena when she was in high school. Selena shares that her parents, they separated when she was 5 years old. She shares with us, although her biological father, the two, they have a complicated relationship. She remembers, every time that she was with her father, he always made her feel so beautiful. She even goes on to say that she misses him a lot. Selena shares with us that other than her mother, her cousin is the person who she's most closest to. Every time she goes home, she always goes to the place where she remembers because she doesn't want to lose that part of herself. She visited her middle school. She admits that she was basically a loner. No one really talked to her. Selena even went to her old home. She was able to see that. And there was actually a writing on the wall of Cole Sprouse. And I'm like, oh my gosh. It's really funny. And she even shared, there was a scene to where she walked in her bathroom and she shared that this bathroom, she learned that she got the gig from Barney at 7 years old. And Selena was also 11 when she moved to LA. When Selena's home, she's like walking through neighborhoods and she's really just visiting old neighborhood friends. And I did start to question, I'm like, what would it be like if you were like a neighbor of Selena Gomez? Like, how does that work? Like, what? Are you guys on like texting terms? Or it's just kind of like, hi, bye. Anyway, Selena does share with us that she's grateful for her family and she's just grateful to be alive. After visiting her family, the scene jumps to Selena's team really asking her, do you really want to come out about being bipolar? Do you really want to come out about your diagnosis? Because it's not that we don't want you to, just let you know this is going to be the narrative now, okay? It's not that we don't want this. And Selena's kind of like, well, if people don't want to work with me because I'm bipolar, then I wouldn't want to work with these people anyways. I do remember the first time Selena came out about being bipolar, she was on a Instagram live with Miley Cyrus, but they didn't show that. But anyways, after that, it was followed by Selena speaking at the McLean Psychiatric Hospital, and she was discussing her mental health journey, which inspired so many people in the crowd. And then followed by that, Selena is back in the studio. She feels so great about, going through her journey, going through what she needed to become herself today. And she wrote Lose You to Love Me, which took her 45 minutes to write. I need you to love, yeah, to love, yeah, to love, yeah. I promise I'm keeping my day job. Anyways, so Selena shares that this song is about knowing you lost every part of who you are completely just to rediscover yourself again. Lose You to Love Me was a hit, and she shares that her heartbreak needed to happen. That ultimately was the best thing that could have happened to her because she wouldn't be who she is today. Hey guys, editing me. So what is really interesting is how the media is taking this documentary. I'm editing right now and I'm like looking on my phone and I see Selena Gomez says that her heartbreak with Justin Bieber is the most happiest thing that could have ever happened to her. And I'm like, okay, yeah, she did say something like that, right? But they make it sound like the whole documentary was about it, and it wasn't. It was just, she literally said that and kept it going. So I just want to state, she didn't, fixate on Justin the whole entire documentary. That did not happen. After performing at the AMAs, Selena heard all the negativity around her voice, questioning whether she had a panic attack, etc. And she kind of just hears the bad news, is in bed, and is just like, okay, what else do I got? And you can see very clearly that she's depressed and she's like, okay, well, what's next? After the AMAs, Selena travels to Kenya with Raquel and her team, and she learns a lot there. She meets this nursing student and they discuss about her life, and Selena relates to her completely. So this nursing student, she shares that, her father passed and she was with her mom, living with her mom for 6 years. She felt like a burden. So one day she was walking to the river and she just wanted to drown herself. She was very depressed. And she asked herself, if I'm a firstborn, what example is that setting for my family? So she talked herself out of drowning in the river, and then she went back up to her mom. What was amazing about this story was that with this lady, after 2 weeks of having that thought, she received a call from her college saying that she got into her nursing program. So she talked herself out of drowning in the river and continued to live with her mom. Selena related to that completely because, to sum it up, Selena also had feelings of wanting to drown. And one of the things I thought was interesting was when Selena brought up love. And the response she received was, love is a gift. And the way how everyone is just so confident, they have so much courage, like, I'm gonna finish school and then I'm gonna find love. And you can tell Selena wanted some of their energy. During the trip, Selena shares that she wants there to be a bill where kids that are going to school, like, therapy is a requirement, and people are asking her team is like, why won't you create the bill? Why won't you do it? And it resorts back to Selena feels like she's not capable of doing this, that she feels like she's not good enough. She's not the person to make this happen. She even shares with us that when she's up on stage, she's constantly looking for that person who doesn't like her, who doesn't think she's good enough. So after Selena's Kenya trip, we've already reached an hour and 8 minutes into the video, and she's doing interview after interview after interview. And there's a scene where, she's sitting down, she's sitting with Raquel, and Raquel mentions that it's Marissa's party. I'm like, okay, we know Marissa, it's Marissa's party. Selena says that she can't go to this birthday party because the next day she has a video that she needs to shoot. Raquel is like, I thought you would go. And Selena asked her, do you think I'm complaining about my job? And Raquel responds, yeah. So the conversation goes where Raquel tells Selena, you don't seem happy. And Selena goes, I'm having fun. And Raquel responds, well, you don't seem happy. So Selena storms out. And you should see Raquel's face. She just goes on her phone, and it's like, you can tell she's been through a lot of these, but Selena, because she's so unfazed. So followed by this, Selena goes on to more interviews, and I do agree, these interviews, like, Selena wanted them to be meaningful, and she was answering questions like, what's your favorite color? And mind you, I definitely would want to know Selena Gomez's favorite color, but it just felt like, she's coming out with an album, and here you guys are asking her about things that are not associated with her album. This scene is followed by another scene where Selena is asked some deep questions, and the only question she's able to really answer is, well, the question goes, what is your ultimate dream? And she responds, my ultimate dream is to save lives, whether that's through her music, whether that's through people just, watching her life, viewing her trial and errors, her troubles that she's going through. She just wants to be able to help people. So now we're in 1 hour and 14 minutes of this video, and we hit 2020. Selena's having conversations with her managers about what goals that she wants to set for herself in the future. Selena wanted to find a curriculum or a way to help build schools through this charity called We. But later in 2020, Selena found out that they were actually going through a scandal of their own. There were a lot of We charity accusations. Basically, people took a lot of money. There was $900 million from a Canada student summer grant program. And basically, people embezzled money, so Selena could no longer associate her name or herself with that charity. Selena was also experiencing joint pain everywhere in her body in 2020, and it turns out that this was all associated with her lupus, but Selena was freaking out because she didn't know any of this. But as a result of her joint pain, her doctor suggested that they would up her medication that she was taking. As soon as Selena learned this, it was such a huge weight off of her chest because she just didn't know what to expect. Now, there was this part where I was tearing up too, because Selena's like, I want to be a mom one day. She goes on to say she wants to quit sometimes, but God gave her this platform for a reason, so she wants to use it to do good. Towards the end of this video, Selena shares with us that she had to relearn things that fell out of her mind. She has to constantly remind herself that no, you're not a bad person. No, you're not crazy. Selena realizes of having this diagnosis of being bipolar, it's always going to be with her, but now bipolar is her friend. Now, towards the end of the video, before I give you my thoughts, because I have thoughts, I want to share with you what Selena shared with us. In 2020, Selena created the Impact Foundation to raise $100 million to provide free mental health resources for young people. May 22 of just this year, as I'm recording this, Selena hosted the first ever Youth Action Forum on mental health in coordination with the White House. If you are in the US and you need immediate support, please call or text 988 and you will be connected to trained counselors. And if you are outside the US, visit apple.com for a global list of helplines. So after that message, Selena ends the video with singing her song, My Mind and Me, which I really love. So this documentary was, I mean, it was very depressing, but it was also inspirational. I loved how Selena was very open with us, you know, because usually, like, you know how Britney Spears came for Selena Gomez recently because Selena talked about being naked online? Selena never responds to things like that. We never know anything about what Selena is thinking, so this was nice to know, like, what she was thinking in her mind. I mean, it was sad to witness or observe all of the tragedies that she was going through from 2016 to 2022. I did want to see more of the happy things in her life too. I did want to see like rare beauty. Like, how the hell did that come? Like, when I went to see the day where she was like, hey guys, I'm gonna start a makeup line, you know? I wanted to see some happy moments too. I later did realize towards the end of the documentary that maybe the reason why we never saw any happy moments, not only because the documentary is called My Mind and Me, but when you think about it, when someone is sad, like Selena, she says that she fixates on the negative things about herself. She fixates on the negative things people think about her. So maybe this documentary was her just kind of telling us about the negative things that are inside of her head and how she's overcoming that. So I understood why there was no like happy things in this documentary. With this question, I did wonder why there was like 2 years where nothing happened. There was no recording or nothing, you know. I was curious about those years with her. I know she was going through a lot of health problems. I felt that this documentary gave such a huge insight to Selena's silence, a great response to Selena's silence from 2016 until now. I felt that this documentary, it illustrated that this was more than just a heartbreak that she went through. This was, you know, lupus, this was bipolar, you know, her having these disease, her going through this made her more of a stronger and better person. I did hear recently in the news that Selena is worried about her not being able to carry her children because of the medications that she's taking. From watching this documentary, it feels like Selena is going to be all right. It feels like Selena has a more positive way of thinking, because that's important, you know. The way how we talk to ourselves is the most important thing of all, because how the hell are we going to communicate and talk with other people if we don't even respect the conversations that we have with ourselves? So yeah, those are my thoughts about this documentary. I really thought she was going to talk more about like maybe Justin Bieber and Hailey. By the way, leave those alone. If anyone's watching this who have bullied Justin or has bullied Hailey Bieber, just stop, okay? First of all, I love this lovely photo here of Selena and Hailey Bieber, but two, like, it doesn't, everyone sees what Selena went through with her own negative self-talk, with people talking negative about her online, on social media, in the news. Like, why would anyone want that negativity to be directed towards Hailey and Justin, you know? It doesn't make it right. So if you're one of those people, please stop. But so if you're one of those people, please, it's not healthy. But anyways, what do you guys think about this documentary? Oh, by the way, Apple TV is also giving people like 2 months free. So if you don't have Apple TV, apparently you can watch this for free $99. But anyways, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon on the next video. Bye, guys.